What'd you see? Come on. This isn't good. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Man, are you okay? Come on, tell us what you saw.
Michael.
So?
No! Michael Jackson!
Michael Jackson's new feature film Moonwalker is now on general release throughout Britain and Europe. Although he has starred in The Wiz and Walt Disney's Captain EO, this is his first independent movie project, which he wrote and financed.
Well, the basic idea and storyline came from the song Smooth Criminal, which Michael wrote very early on. And he took that and he just started to write this little movie. And it started out to be a short story, but Michael starts writing, he doesn't quit, so it became a little longer. And then there were some other songs that he wrote some scripts to that are in the piece, and it just sort of evolved.
The idea for Moonwalker was conceived 2 years ago, but for the last 12 months, Michael has been performing in over 12 different countries as part of the Bad Tour, playing live to over 4.5 million people. So with such a grueling schedule, how did he manage to complete the film?
We started shooting Moonwalker before we even finished the album. So we started with some of the principal photography and a lot of the planning prior to the finishing of the album. Then we finished the album, then we did more shooting, then I prepared for a tour. We went to Japan, we came back, we shot more of the film. So it took a while, but of course a lot of the other production stuff was being done, and then tapes were being sent to Michael and I so that we could review them and, you know, have our creative input, or Michael's creative input.
Cut!
Because every time it's different.
Every time.
See, and every time it's not going to be the same. So I saw a lot of good stuff in certain things and certain things.
And we're going to have a beat to go to, right? We're going to have a beat to go
No.
to. So this is where you want the band, like the real musician.
No, we're going to lay with this.
Yeah, he can
We're going to lay
orchestrate
with
anything
this.
he wants.
And then at the top, maybe a high string or something just to ride the emotion
orchestrate
of it. Then
after.
you come into...
Right.
Just a horn or something, you know, to ride the feeling of it. Because I want the music to represent the way we feel. You know, it's got to dictate our emotion.
Right.
You know, our moves. We're expressing the way everybody feels. It's rebellion. You know what I mean? We're letting out what we always wanted to say to the world.
Exactly.
Passion and anger and fire.
Jackson has become more involved not only with acting, but also the art of filmmaking, having worked with John Landis and Martin Scorsese, the directors of Thriller and The Bad videos.
Michael had complete control of this film. I mean, you have to remember that Michael financed the film, so therefore, we didn't have to answer to anybody but ourselves. And so he had complete control, and he was involved in everything from the lighting, you know, to the directing, working with the director a little more closely, the choreography, the scenery. I mean, you name it, he was involved with it.
It's going more like, it's got to be more like you're feeling something, yeah.
Listen to this. Tell them.
Right now, the anti-yokes are too big. It should be more internal. So you got more movement. It should be more like something's going on inside you. I mean, that's why when we build it to a mountain and we bring it back down, it's got to have that emotion.
Okay, here we go. Places, please, everyone.
It wasn't only members of the cast who turned up for filming. Gregory Peck couldn't resist the opportunity to watch Michael dance.
Here we go.
And neither could Robert De Niro. Smooth Criminal is a story by Michael. He called in screenplay writer David Newman to develop his ideas, but Newman found Jackson a more interesting character than the one he had written.
As I walked onto the set the first day, watching a dance rehearsal, And Michael, as you see in the film, is wearing an armband. It happens to be blue, a dark blue. But when I first walked on the set, I thought it was black, and I thought it was a mourning band. I finally said to somebody, well, what's with this armband? Because I had not written a mourning band into this character. And somebody said to me, oh, that's Michael's new thing. It's puzzling, it's mysterious, it's mystical. It gives this character a life off screen that I don't know about, and I wrote this character. But Michael knows about it, and he makes that stuff work for him. Latest one was today. If you, we're in the middle of shooting the big song and dance sequence, and Michael's wearing Band-Aids, white Band-Aids on his fingers. And I said to the director, what happened to Michael's fingers? Nothing. He said to Michael, what's with the Band-Aids? And Michael said, it helps my character. Then I said something that had to do with an idea I had involving the shooting star that figures in the movie. It's a kind of magical symbol that prefigures all the events in the Michael character's life, and it sort of watches over him like a guardian angel. And there was something about the shooting star that got to Michael, because the minute I said that, his eyes turned and he just locked eyes with me for the first time, really. Big smile, and from then on, we were in total communication.
This particular sequence, what we're going to do is, when Michael comes out and steps out and sees a shooting star, and then sees the cadre of the shadow chasers, the next piece is where all the bullet hits fire and hit the building.
The set was cleared and the mini explosives were triggered by remote control. Michael escapes the hail of bullets and is being chased by Mr. Big, who incidentally wants to get rid of our hero so that he can sell drugs to unsuspecting children. To enhance the look of this sequence, the cobbled streets are sprayed with water and given soft blue lighting. Highly trained dogs are brought in to increase the suspense of the chase. The normally passive dogs were made to look fierce, and Michael was curious about their training.
Just playing first?
Yeah, see how it looks.
And try to get them above?
Yeah, first off, yeah.
Have you seen them when we put a snarl on them?
Yeah, looks great.
I mean, with the device?
No.
We're only showing them one. Can you just get us one together, we'll show them. We got like 5 minutes.
The device the dogs wear to appear fierce is totally harmless.
That looks ferocious.
Yes,
then
it did.
The first movie I ever wrote was Bonnie and Clyde. And I also, with my wife, wrote all 3 Superman movies, 1, 2, and 3. And those movies, which, as you know, dealt with a lot of special effects and a lot of magic and a lot of superpowers, is something that Michael is very tuned into.
Well, on Superman, I was just purely working in special effects, and I'd worked on many other films, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Tommy, Battle of Britain in 1968, and had worked, I guess, for 16 or 18 years as a special effects man when I decided that I was going to make this move over to being just a director, and felt that the background that I had in special effects could only help me in my new endeavor as a director.
There he is! Hold it! Hey! Hold it! He's not going anywhere. Now, there's no way out of there. Don't
Cornered and frightened, our hero uses his amazing power to change shape.
All right, come on, what are you waiting for? There's only one guy. Right? All right, come on, it's a car. It's going in. Away. What are you waiting for? Fire! What the hell was that? What is it? Get him! Get him! Go get him! Get him! Come on, get him!
For this part of the chase, some of Hollywood's best stuntmen were called in.
My name is John Haitley. I raced professionally for almost 14 years on dirt track, road racing, speedway, motocross. So I'm fairly well-rounded on a motorcycle. We try to come as close to camera as safe. Lean it to the direction that you're going to make the turn, bring the RPMs up, and then snap the clutch. Hopefully it won't snap all the way around. It's a little tricky on this wet pavement, but that's what we get paid for.
The smoke is laid to create the effect of blistering heat. Fires were lit, and action.
Get him! Come on, get him!
Michael had the initial concept, which was really a lot of concepts that he needed to be brought into one story. And from that point of view, he's a very clever man. He knows exactly what he wants to see. He doesn't really have time in his busy schedule to put it together as he would like to. So I worked with him, and we brought the writer David Newman to come and write the script with us so we could incorporate his ideas. And Michael's very open to suggestions. I mean, his eye is so good, he knows exactly what he wants and doesn't always get it the first time, but that's inevitable when you're making movies. But we kept at it until we got it right.
Michael chose Colin Chilvers to direct Smooth Criminal because of his previous experience in film special effects. Colin's knowledge came in handy, especially for Michael's spectacular robot transformation. The model robot used in the film needed 3 computers to control its movement, which sometimes took 2 days to get one shot.
About maybe moving, doing some jaw movement in those
The expression is it. That's why I like to try both. Is there a way still be able to do a test with that?
No.
We want some more of this kind of stuff on
As long as it doesn't compete with this, because this is got to be bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Goes round.
It's a nice model. Any more detailing on here like this?
Keep animated, guys. I'll take it.
From a technical standpoint, we used better equipment. I think it's like there's so much electronics used in special effects these days. It's like computers. It just keeps growing and getting better by the day, sometimes by the hour. And we took full advantage of that. And I think because of the challenges that we were giving to the effects people, they actually had to come up with bigger and better. The same kind of technology, but just bigger and better. And a lot of the techniques that we used, and in fact are used these days, are back from the days of when movies were first started to be made. You know, matte shots and that kind of stuff. Models, we had lots of models. I think somebody made a count and said we had as many special effects in Smooth Criminal that they had in Star Wars and Close Encounters combined.
It did cost more than a normal film because of the special effects. You know, not only do we have special effects in it, but we also have claymation, and we also have animation.
Speed Demon uses claymation modeling created by Will Vinton. It's basically a stop-motion animation technique in which each single movement of the three-dimensional characters is shot frame by frame and then blended in with live-action filming. The other central characters in Moonwalker are Brandon Adams, Kelly Parker, and Sean Lennon.
Where's he going?
Well, my character is like, I'm the responsible one, sort of. You know, I take care of Zeke and Katie. You know, I try to be smart, but I'm always cool. You know, I'm supposed to be, you know, the coolest. I know everything. I'm never wrong. You know, I'm never wrong, basically. Except sometimes, you know, I have to slip. Nobody's perfect, right?
Brandon Adams delighted Michael when he saw reflections of his own youth.
Well, my name is really Brandon Adams, and I play the part of Zeke. And Zeke is cool, but hyper, too. And a motor mouth that never stops.
And the girl Michael has to save?
Wants to be one of the boys. Yeah, she wants to be one of the boys. And likes a dog.
Then there's Joe Pesci, who plays the evil Mr. Big.
Hold it down. How I got this job? Well, Michael Jackson's manager, Frank DeLeo. I knew him back in Pittsburgh. He used to be a loan shark. I met him there. And I borrowed some money off him, and I never paid him back, so it was either get my legs broke or take the job. Isn't that how everybody got this job, by the way?
Michael also has something to say to the world's press in this completely animated segment of Moonwalker.
I think that shows the sense of humor of Michael. It's my favorite song, and I think it kind of deals with all the things that have been written falsely about Michael, just in one clean sweep.
With all the main theme music taken from his latest album, criticism has been made that the film is just a 90-minute movie promo for Michael Jackson.
No, it's not a promo for Michael. It's entertainment. You know, people have to understand that the idea of films in cinema is that you go in and you come out entertained. You leave all your problems on the outside. You go in and you use your imagination. And that's exactly what will happen to people when they come to see this film. I mean, this isn't, you know, we didn't make terms of endearment. I mean, we don't want you to come out and be crying. We don't want you to come out sadder than you went in. You're there to be entertained. If you want to be entertained, show up. You're going to get entertained. You know, if you're looking to find another problem in life, well, it's not going to be in that film. You know, it's got substance to it, and it's not a promo for Michael. I mean, you know, we're not doing commercials. We're dealing with happiness.
Dealing with happiness is one thing, but in this film, fans will have to get used to seeing a more violent side of Michael's character.
Yes, it was violent, but I don't think it was overly violent. We implied the violence more than actually showed the violence. I think it surprised a lot of people. When we was running screenings for the international film market last year, a lot of people came up to me afterwards and said, you know, we would never have expected this kind of a product from Michael Jackson. Well, you know, there is violence out there, and Michael accepts that there's violence out there, and the fact that he, in our film, overcomes the violence, I think, is the message that he may want to put out.
Although Colin Chilvers directed Smooth Criminal, he didn't see the full-length film until it was finally completed.
It surprised me when I saw it, the way it had been put together, but I wasn't upset by it. I just it wasn't what I expected, and I should have expected it because I knew what was going to go into it. But it looks beautiful, and it's got a lot of Michael Jackson in, and that's what the fans want to see. So I'm sure from every angle it's going to be very successful.
We're both pleased with it. You know, an artist like Michael is never 100% satisfied. You know, that's the perfectionist in him coming out. But as a whole, we're satisfied.
Although Moonwalker is released in cinemas across Britain and Europe, it will only be available in America on home video, as film distributors say Jackson wanted too much money.
2 years ago, I put a price tag on it, and they weren't sure if they wanted to pay it. Now, when they got to see some of the filming, then all of a sudden they did want to pay it. So that's wrong, you know. But what the real problem was, we couldn't make the deadlines. They were too afraid they would have empty theaters, you know, we wouldn't make the deadlines. So that sort of backed them off from us really agreeing on a deal. Plus, it's very hard, you know, we were on tour, and I mean, you get to a point where you're tired of negotiating. So, you know, it's their loss, it's Europe's gain.
We can change the world tomorrow. It could be your best place. If you don't like what I'm saying, then I won't just stand up and be because I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm on. Oh, I'm bad, I'm bad. I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm on. Oh, my goodness, I'll tell you once again. I'm through, I'm bad, I'm on. Just know I'm bad, I'm bad, just know it.
Jackson recently had to cancel some of his American concert dates because of physical exhaustion. The strain of a world tour and having to complete a full-length movie in between seems to have taken its toll on Michael.
He canceled dates in the States because he was sick. I mean, he gets a cold like everybody else. It takes its toll because it's long. You know, you're away from home a long time. You know, naturally you're going to get a little fidgety. You know, everybody does. So that kind of a toll, yes. He's not like, you know, worn to the ground. But Michael is probably not going to tour again You know, we're not going to do this extensive of a tour again. This was a very long one, very successful, biggest tour in history, played to 4.5 million people. But we'll never go and play another 120 dates like this and stay out for 16, 17 months. I mean, it's hard to do. You know, you're away from home too long. And if I had to do this again and gain another 40 pounds like I did this year, I mean, I'd probably end up dead. So, no, we're not going to do this kind of a tour. We will probably concentrate on films now. I think that's the natural step for him to take.
In spite of the physical and mental pressures of being a pop star, movie producer, and actor, Michael still found time to have some fun on the set with basketball's living legends, the Harlem Globetrotters. But even when he should have been resting, Jackson would still turn up on the set to check on production.
Michael is a workaholic. I mean, he works a lot. And that in itself is special because, you know, here's a man that could take the time off. Excuse me, he didn't have to really show up if he didn't want to. There were days that, you know, that perhaps he wasn't on call, but yet he came to be involved in the film. So I think Michael's, one, a great workman. Also, I feel he's the greatest entertainer of our day. And as people saw in this last story, he also happens to be the greatest dancer. And you'll see a lot of good dancing in the film.
At the end of the film, Michael gives us yet another burst of his mainstay talent. Come Together, the last segment in Moonwalker, is Jackson's first recording of a Beatles song since buying the music publishing rights and outbidding Paul McCartney for the valuable back catalogue of the famous Four. But aside from music, what about Michael's future as a serious actor?
He will look for scripts for himself, and he will also look for scripts to produce. So yes, he'll be active both with the cinema and with recording. He basically records all the time. I mean, he'll be working on songs constantly. I know that for a fact he's written 4 or 5 songs while he's been out on tour. But to actually go in and start recording, probably not until, what year is this, 88, 89, around 90. We'll probably officially start an album.